Welcome to Random Rambling and Rhetoric with TJ Mercer. That's my TT. And it's all powered by her Samsung Notes. Now, here's my TT.
I just loves me some porta potties, said no one ever. I don't know about you, but the ickiest thing on the planet is when I am forced to use a porta potty. I try to hold my bladder until the last possible minute. And what about nasty public restrooms? Ew, public restrooms plus kids. Parents, what do you do as soon as you take them to a public bathroom? You make them hold up their hands and forbid them to touch anything. Then you get in the stall, there's no toilet paper or seat cover, you handle your business, come out, and then there's no soap or paper towels. Lord have mercy. Jesus is just not a good situation all around. Fortunately, there's the restroom kit, a full bathroom solution the size of a lightweight deck of cards. A deck of cards, y'all. I keep one in my purse all the time just because it's complete with a full patented oversized toilet seat cover, enough toilet paper to cover the essentials, plus wet wipes for your tushy and your hands. The restroom kit is a don't leave home without it necessity for your road trips, you going camping, the beach, festivals, basically any restroom that ain't yours. Even that friend of yours who's cleaning is not their strong suit. You know what I mean? So pop on over and visit therestroomkit.com. That's therestroomkit.com. And when you use the code RAMBLINGS, RAMBLINGS, you will get 15% off your purchase. So stop going to the bathroom without the full protection you need. Go get the restroom kit at therestroomkit.com. Hey, T-Lights. It's another beautiful day in sunny Los Angeles. I'm out on my morning walk. And I believe this episode is going to fall in the category of the Random Ramblings title of the podcast. Because I was just I don't know what even made me start thinking along this path. And I wanted to say this to people who are in coaching and entrepreneurship and things like that. So I had a speaking engagement, and a woman shared with me afterwards that during the course of my session, she realized that she doesn't stand powerfully in her skill set. She doesn't stand powerfully in that she can charge what she's worth. Does that ring a bell with any of you? I know it certainly rings a bell with me because that's how I was. And she shared that she doesn't necessarily ask for the sale or ask for the contract because she thinks they're going to say no because she's going to think that she's charging too much. And I just hugged her because I wanted her to know that she isn't alone. I clearly remember when I started out doing media coaching. And for those of you who don't know, in my normal life, I am the chief noisemaker of the Media Mavericks Academy, where I teach authors and experts and coaches, entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And I'm pretty dang on good at it. And when I first started out, though, I have a background, 20 plus years in Hollywood. And my business coach at the time was helping me set what my rates would be to work with me one-on-one. And I remember that her goal was to get me at $1,000 per session. And I was like, nobody's going to pay that. What do you mean? That's a whole bunch of money. And she patiently walked me through a lesson that I want to share with you. So if you're struggling with the same challenge, especially like the woman last night, that hopefully this will actually change your mindset. And she said, they're not paying necessarily for that hour of your time. They're paying for the problem that you solve that could save them thousands of dollars in that hour. And she went a little further of the reason why you're able to solve that problem so quickly is because you did spend 20 years of your life working on some of the biggest shows on television. You spent time honing your craft. You spent time gaining the skill set. So when someone comes to you with a challenge of what their segment should look like or how they should position themselves in the media, it's because you've put so much investment of time, finances, energy into it before they even got to you. So that when they get to you, you can clearly see because you've been there, done that. And for some reason, that really clicked to me because I do remember the years of me honing my craft, of me working in a 10 by 10 dark room where some days no one saw me. And it was me being happy, learning and mastering the art of storytelling. It was me learning and crafting and mastering stories that would end up being seen by millions. And so if no one sees value in that, if they don't see value in that, it has nothing to do with me. If they don't see value in the fact that one conversation with me can change the game of how they even write their book. I've had that happen. I do this thing called a 20-minute laser session with TJ, and I call it the B12 shot, a B12 shot of TJ. And it's 20 minutes with me where I let you ask me your burning questions of your media strategy. And when I first started offering it, one woman came to me and she was getting ready to do an interview with a former Oprah producer for his podcast. And I don't remember what I said in the conversation. I don't even know what, advice I gave her. I just know I changed the game. And so much so that half-hour interview ended up being an hour long. And within the interview, they already had scheduled her to come back. So as a result, for me, that was, good morning. That for me, I told you I was on my morning walk. So for me, that was an indicator that what my coach said was true. That I was able to shift her focus, her perspective in a short amount of time that led her to something bigger than she could have imagined. And that's when I began to settle. I'm worth what I'm charging you. I'm worth the investment in working with me. I'm worth the time that you put in because I am going to make sure that you either get media exposure if we're working together and I'm booking you, or you're actually going to have an amazing experience with what comes out of your mouth, which are called sound bites. And it's going to do wonders for your brand. One of my particular one-on-one clients ended up getting 5,000 people into her opt-in list from the media segments that I helped her craft. So when people tell me they can't afford me, I no longer look at that as a reflection of me. It just means that I'm not in their budget right now. But I'm not going to no longer devalue my worth based on your inability to pay my rate. And that for me was huge. So now I stand before people boldly, unapologetically, talking about what I'm capable of doing because I have the receipts to back up that what I do is successful, and B, I got the experience. And so when I look at authors who come to me and I reshape their book, fortunately, some authors come to me before they finish writing their book, and I reshape how they write it because I'm looking at it of what's going to actually get publicity around the book. Consider adding this chapter, or consider wording it this way, or consider wording it that way. And as a result, my people are happy. And some have come back to me and paid me over and over and over again because they recognize the value of either I'm going to save you a bunch of money or I'm going to prevent you from spending a bunch of money and wasting time. And for example, I have my top tier program is called Media Matters Elite. And it is a done for you book your media tour. And the other day I had a potential client who lives in Thailand tell me that she had spent $6,000 a month for 3 months with a publicist. And a good publicist, they go run you about $3,000 to $6,000, and they're gonna have a 3-month retainer. So in all total, she spent about 18 grand for a publicist who ultimately did not do anything, no media whatsoever. And I kept going, nothing? Like, are you sure? Like nothing, not nothing, Nothing, Nuffin, nothing. They didn't do nothing, no print, no mention in anything. And she was like, no. And so imagine another client of mine who came to me because of Facebook, and she had spent $15,000 and had gotten a mention in an online website. And she came to me telling me that, and here I come along telling her, well, not only am I less expensive, but I guarantee you that I'm going to book you on ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, CW at least 3 times somewhere in this country. She whipped out her credit card so fast, and I've produced the results. And so what I'm trying to say to you is there are people who have the desire to play with you and the resources to play with you. And in some cases, especially in the examples I just gave you, they consider me a bargain because I'm guaranteeing results. And the way my payment structure is, you're not even paying me the whole amount up front. That's how comfortable and confident I am in my skill set. You pay a deposit, but you don't actually pay me the balance. You don't start paying me the balance until I actually call you and say, such and such, I've confirmed, are you available on May 7th because NBC wants you? Then that's when you pay me another payment. And so for me, yes, I'm expensive to some people, and to other people, I am a deal. So I said that to you because I want you to stop letting other people assess your value, and stop letting other people assess and dictate. I should say not assess. They can assess your value all day, but they should not be able to dictate your value. They can't dictate your worth. Not until you tell me that there ain't nobody out there willing to pay what you cost. And until you've done that, stick to what problem you solve. Let me tell you, give you another example. It just hit me. So my back-end diva, I call her my back-end diva. She handles all of my back-end systems. And like my email list, my links for payments, all of that. She handles all of that. And so she handles my landing pages, integration. She handles everything. And so, hi there, good morning. And so I was building a landing page, working on the copy for a landing page. And I spent about an hour and a half trying to figure out why something wouldn't work. An hour and a half. Now, if my rate is $1,000 per session, I spent an hour and a half trying to figure out a problem. I text Denise and said, can you look at this? I promise you, within 5 minutes of me texting, y'all, listen, I'm not exaggerating. With 5 minutes of me firing off the text, she sends a text back and says, it's fixed. I was like, I had to call her. I was like, and I was just going off. Heifer, how do you mean it's going to be fixed? I spent an hour and a half working on trying to figure this out so I wouldn't bother you. And you mean to tell me you're going to solve this and fix this in 5 minutes? And so we had a good laugh, but the point is, that's her lane. I happily pay her rate because I just wasted an hour and a half of my day trying to do something that ain't in my lane, that she has spent, loves it. She spent time, energy, finances, honing her skill, mastering her craft of all these tech systems. And she was able to see immediately what was the problem, and it was fixed. So that's what I'm saying. I happily pay for Denise because she actually saves me headaches like that. Now, I should have come to that conclusion before I spent all that time. But nevertheless, I'm paying her, not that it took her 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. I'm paying for the fact that she knew how to fix it in that amount of time. And if you're up against a deadline, that ain't the time to be messing with a novice who gonna spend 3 hours trying to figure it out. Yes, I want her to be able to know exactly what the problem is. So, I think that's what I have on my heart to share for now. Just don't let anybody dictate your value and dictate your worth. And just because they can't afford you, it just means you're not in their budget yet. And for all you know, you could be on their vision board. I'm on people's vision board. That still trips me out. I'm on people's vision board to work with me because they see the value in what I bring. All right, so I'm going to continue on with my walk. Go ahead, go out there and make God smile. And in my case, I'm going to make him laugh. Bye.
Well, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed what my TT shared with you. And like she always says, let's go out and make God smile. And don't forget to hug somebody. It's T2 Mercer signing off now. See y'all later.